Manny.
I do not like my picture now that I look at.
I don't like what the fuck you did to Eric's eyes. What did you do?
Marcus, I want to point out.
Eric has a lazy eye even with glasses on. What do you want?
I want to point out. It looks like that you a mid R&B album pose right there.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. This
With a Jerry curl. With a Jerry curl.
It's not the same reaction Marcus, Roman had of "We need help."
Marcus looked like
mine is. Ooh, this TV.
Marcus, you look like someone walked into your masturbatorium and caught you.
And I look back at them with no shade.
Let's first and foremost, let's look at this picture of Eric. First of all, it makes me regret that I don't have my tattoo sleeve that I wanted because it matches me. And them thighs is popping. I know they ain't mine.
Those are Randy Orton thighs. Look at that.
Those are beautiful thighs.
Yeah, Randy, I know you've always wanted those thighs. That's why I couldn't make you Randy Orton.
That shit right there. Welcome everybody to the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast. As you can see, I'm Eric celebrating the Dodgers defeating the evil San Diego Padres.
The evil? What the
evil? 100%.
The racially ambiguous always seems to get punched in the face or kneed in the face in these fucking thumbnails, Lord Manny Hayes.
You got two. I can't remember the third one. You got the trick knee.
You got me as Bryan Danielson getting choked by Nigel.
He's not getting choked. He's in an armbar. That's a rest hold at best. You can get out of that one. And if you want to think about it, you hold the title in multiple shots, and you have Sami Zayn in a headlock against your tight tits, as Ethan Page would say. And then you got to post with all the black people on stage on NXT. Don't give me that shit, Manny. As you sip your hydration drink, and Eric tune out on his own show.
No, I was doing something.
Exactly.
I was doing something while you were on your rant. So we need to do a little housekeeping. You know, Manny yesterday dropped his Cousins and Candles episode.
It wasn't a Cousins and Candles episode. That was a strictly the Sharpshooters.
I saw enough candles to call it. I saw enough candles. I saw at least 3
candles.
One of them was on fire, and I was worried.
Watching, so be nice and be kind.
We're always nice to our fellow Americans.
So I'm always very wow, Marcus. I didn't know he was gonna go America like that.
America first, Eric. That's what Trump is saying.
I'll let you go first, Marcus. And you want to talk about it, and then I have some things to say about it also.
Well, maybe I'll speak in Manny's language and put my crotch in the camera the entire way.
Hey. I wasn't the one zooming in that video.
It was like, let's start it. Crotch, and then let me show you my stinger. And I ain't talking about for the B. What else? But no, it was overall a good video. I was entertained. I enjoyed them throwing things at you. That was funny. But the snack that I think I was envious that I haven't tried, that I was considering going to my local ghetto Trader Joe's myself. One, I was thinking about getting water since I'm in the city of Long Beach right now, where we have to boil our water if we want to drink it.
What? You should have been drinking water out the tap.
I don't drink the water out the tap. I just saw the news.
We had the conversation that someone said you want some water, and they turned the tap on. You should drink it.
But I don't want to boil my water. I'm not doing that. So when Manny brought out that water, I got really thirsty and going like, I need to buy some real water instead of drinking whatever water I'm getting from the casino. Anyway, the second thing, I need to try the ice cream cone tips.
No, you
fuck
try
that
cake.
The tips, Manny. The fucking tips.
No.
You know how delicious? Do you know how delicious ice cream cone tips are after you drink a cone?
Ice cream cone tips are great. The problem with those it's dark chocolate. I'm not a fan of dark chocolate. If you put milk chocolate in that, it would be better.
I can't eat chocolate anymore.
Why? You a dog?
My initial diagnosis. But Mark, you was gonna say something before I get my opinion on.
And then the last thing, and I want to add something, Manny. I would like to say, you may be racially ambiguous, but your food criticism is not. All the dark food seem to get thumbs down for Manny. All the Hispanic food, the fake Takis.
No, that was the only thing. That was the only thing I was negative against.
I know. I know.
He liked them Cheetos, so he's like, these like Cheetos, right? Yeah, I like the Cheetos.
But the dark chocolate, there was something else dark. You were like, oh no, that's enough. I don't think I need that much.
I can't believe he tried the maple
If you
leaf.
go back and listen, Manny, you hate everything dark, and I am shocked you're a part of this show like this.
That maple leaf thing is very thick, but Manny,
the maple leaf cookie was delicious.
Yeah, but it's super sweet and super thick. But anyway, Manny, so ironically, I shared your video with somebody, and they said,
ironically at all,
and they were so enamored with what happened that they sent this video in for you, and so here you go.
Oh, well, is it
Greetings. You may recognize me from Eric as the Sharpshooter Wrestling Podcast on the Saturday show, but I was so inspired by Cousins and Candles that I decided I wanted to make a demo reel to try out for the show. So, Lord Manny, I have my candles. I have my
what the
Trader
fuck
Joe's
is this
snacks.
voice?
The only thing I don't have is my cousins. So can I be a part of Cousins and Candles? Sorry, Marcus, but his show gets me. It's about food, and I like food. And right now, what I'm going to try right now is the pumpkin spice batons. They are delicious. My voice is raspy because I'm so excited about being a part of this. As I go inside, I get the baton out. I can't get the baton out, though. I should have lit the candle, but the baton is coming out. You smell it. Do you hear the crisp? Cousins and Candles.
What
Me,
is
black
it?
guy. I'm your black guy. Until next time, stay sharp. Buy our merch, beanies, mugs, maybe candles. We out.
didn't have a lighter or matches. Tell the truth.
Why were you?
You-
I thought we banished that shirt because we said it was the WWE universe.
Nah, man.
We banished that shirt.
I love my polka dot shirt. I connect the dots, baby. I connect the dots.
He got the whole world.
Man, I really
He
enjoyed your
said
video, so
he
it
got
inspired me to go make a video that was ridiculous and stupid. And if I knew how to zoom in onto it, I would have zoomed in when I took the last bite and I looked up to the sky. But I don't know how to use Final Cut that much. But
The only thing you were missing, Eric, was a bug attacking you.
so
They canceling code for you.
no, ironically, when I did that shot, first of all, the dog started barking and he stopped at that point, and my voice was just extremely raspy in the morning. I shot this very early in the morning because I was like, I had to try to edit it, and I thought it was funny. Manny, kudos to you. You should have got the kettle corn from Trader Joe's. It's like the maple salt, and it's delicious kettle corn.
I was concerned already by how much stuff they actually bought for this video, because it was like I'd said maybe 10, and then like we'll do two. We could stretch it out to 2 parts, but then we just ended up just shooting just one whole shot, and I was like, "There's no point now. We might as well just do all of what we got."
Betty, how often do they have their British cousin to come in and try American snacks? The one thing you can tell about American snacks, we're super sweet. Like, it's a lot of sugar, so much sugar.
No, but like Trader Joe's is very similar to where I used to work, as in Marks and Spencer's, where they sell their own products. Sometimes just like relabeling
Sounds like an
relabeling an existing product as their product is claiming as their own. But it was a unique experience in the sense that there were things that definitely aren't sold in the UK, and a lot of them did taste good, albeit I did not like those things that were like Takis. They were.
I don't like Takis at all anyway.
What have a distinct taste? I'm more of just, if you're gonna give me something like that, give me a hot Cheeto or spicy.
What I can tell you,
flaming hot.
What I enjoyed the most about the video was the interaction between you and your cousins. I thought it was hilarious how they would be off camera commenting on stuff, giving thumbs up even when you didn't like shit. That it was a very nice, wholesome video. And everybody, if you haven't checked it out, please go to our thing and check it out. Manny and his cousins put a lot of work. Look for Cousins and Candles on YouTube coming soon. Maybe
next week.
If you do leave a comment on that video, can you say something nice about the person that kind of put that whole thing together? To design the whole set behind me and made it look nice.
I almost turned my grill on.
We knew it wasn't you, Manny. We knew it wasn't you.
Shout out Nikki on the comments if you can hear this.
Oh yeah, AJ Styles bought Brew Pal to Nikki. She don't know what that means,
Whoa,
but there we
we
go.
still do that?
Yeah, we do what people
still do
deserves
that.
it. My hands was not. So anyway, let's talk about people who deserve stuff. SmackDown was off the chain this week. A lot of stuff was happening. A lot of moving parts.
Wait. Are we going back to the 90s and using off the chain? It's so long.
Oh shit, man, that's so wiggity whack.
Dude, I'm gonna make you jump. You know what did I say? The show started off with Jimmy
SmackDown was
Uso.
tight last night.
No, that's still used today.
The tightest.
No, no one uses tight. If I hear
Everybody
someone
uses
use
tight.
tight, I'm gonna go, oh.
In the last 2 months.
Manny, what old ass man you hanging around with?
You.
I don't ever use tight.
You do.
You do.
I never say tight.
You do. You
You
say it a
do.
lot.
If I do, it's ironically. I'm more likely to say cap or something like that, or
you say
bussin'.
tight.
Before I say tight.
No, and you have brought up Diggle multiple times in the last 2
You
weeks.
got that right.
Marcus, I've been your brother for 44 years of my life. Actually, 40 years.
That math don't add up at all.
40 years. 40 years. Marcus, I have never, ever heard you say bussin' into that moment right there. So you ain't never said bussin' around me. Maybe your
Bussin'
other
is the
friends-
newest real.
No.
I'm
I've
always
heard him say
saying bussin'.
He doesn't. You don't say it nearly that as often as you think you do.
Yeah, you say
No,
tight a
I
lot.
don't. I
But
know I
tight.
don't. I know I don't say
You say
bussin'.
tight a lot.
You say
I
tight a
don't
lot.
say tight.
You do. You do.
I don't.
If we had an
don't.
editor of the show and wanted to go through all the archives and make a montage of how often you said tight, we would do it. But that's a lot of work.
No,
But-
that's a lot of overtime though. We'd have to pay that person.
We can only do the fair thing that we can do. We will take another vote.
Never said tight on this show. You're driving me crazy.
Raise your hand.
This vote is biased.
Yeah.
A lot. Just
You
raise your hand.
fools.
Well, guess what? The vote has have it. You lost again. Sorry, Marcus.
It's not the way the board of directors was supposed to go. It's not supposed to be 3 people.
What? It's supposed to be 4 so it can be a tie?
No, it's 5 or 6.
Well,
You just vote me out.
We're the board of directors. So Jimmy Uso starts off SmackDown, and I think the one thing that I noticed that was going over on social media is everybody forgot how good Jimmy is on the mic. I don't understand how they forgot how good Jimmy was on the mic. That's what I think is what gave Jay his charm, because Jay is this Jay. Jimmy says that he has to fight his brother. We're just gonna act like he's getting cheered when he's been doing some dastardly thing. You remember he cost Jay that title. He did before.
No, he's a big piece
He
of
cost him
shit.
2 titles.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a piece of shit. But
He's a
wrestling
piece of
fans,
shit.
but as Brian Danielson says, wrestling fans are fickle.
No,
They don't
no,
remember
no.
anything.
No, because leaving wrestling for a bit is like getting baptized. All your sins are washed away when you go for a bit. And then when you come
No,
back,
Kevin
oh,
Owens.
you back.
No, for Kevin Owens, he remembers it all. He's like an elephant.
Yeah.
We'll get to
He's
him.
the
too.
only one taking things personal.
So before Roman came out there, Jimmy said it's going to be Big Bro versus Little Bro tonight, and he's going to kick your ass. The first thing I went through my mind, and I'll ask you this question, Marcus, I really didn't want to see Jimmy versus Solo. I didn't want this match at all. I understand it was the main event. It must be telling the story, but I did not want this match. What about yourself?
You know what? I was happy to see Jimmy back. After Jimmy started talking, I was like, I miss Jimmy. That's what it was. Even his stupid music that I wasn't a fan of.
What?
I
I
miss
love
Jimmy.
that music. I was born.
Now, I prefer Jay's over him, and it's just do 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 do. And then whatever the song is saying, it's not as catchy.
So Roman comes out, Roman then goes and says that we need to acknowledge Jimmy. Then Jimmy's
Why
trying
is
to
he
say,
so nice?
we don't have enough. We don't have enough. We need him. And Roman says, no yeet. Manny, why is Roman still against yeet? Why is he still so, what is it?
Jay was the first one that left him and actually left him. Like, Jimmy tried to leave multiple times, but he kept coming back. Jimmy's like the prodigal son that just won't leave.
Technically, Sammy would be the first one to betray him, but Sammy he's hated because he disrupted his family and corrupted Jay. And Jay leaving really hurt Roman. Like, why did you leave?
Can we be real though? The
So
moment
no yeet.
this became like a Hallmark movie where it just got real quick. Jimmy changed the tone. He says, but we're not though. You ain't the tribal chief. You ain't got the Ulafala. We ain't got no family. We not. I was like, why does it get so real?
No, he didn't say you're not the tribal chief. He said you're a
So
chief
you're not
without
a
a
tri-
tribe.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, which I think would be an awesome shirt, but that's just me.
No, it's,
A chief without a-
exactly what Cody said to him 2 years going into WrestleMania 39.
Oh, they're bringing back
Manny with
receipts.
the facts.
They're bringing back receipts.
But this was really well done, and I was really entertained by it. And I was like, "This is wrestling right here." And I know this ain't no match. This is some wrestling shit right here of forgetting the match. Like you want to see these guys reunite, and then when he's like, "No yeet," the drama of him just keep going. No, I don't want Jay. And then the moment when he accepts Jay back into his arms, into his family, I think the crowd's gonna go crazy.
Well, the crazy thing about it, Marcus, remember how I asked Manny, or I asked you earlier if you wanted to see Jimmy versus Solo. After this whole exchange right there, it made that match so much more important. I was like, okay, I can deal with this main event because it has something going into it. It's like, especially because we find out on this night that everybody from other shows was showing up to work. So you kind of figured that, hell, anything could happen. It was kind of like NXT, but on Smackdown. So the very first match was LA Knight versus Carmelo Hayes.
Hold on,
Marcus, before I even talk about it, go ahead, Marcus. What you want to say?
I passionately had to get to this one. This is the match I thought we were gonna get it back. I thought we were gonna get it back.
You thought Black Man's gonna win?
I thought we were gonna get it back. I thought the only way Triple H can make this right with the way he's been treating the black community is take that title from that white man, LA Knight. Take the United States from the white man. Take the whole United States back. The man was talking about bringing the spinner back. Just take it all back. Corrupt America.
You
Just
ruined
take
my
it from the
question.
white man. Give us our reparations on WWE TV tonight. Give it all
Marcus, let me
back.
pause you right there because this was a question that I actually wrote down that I was going to ask. Manny, I know your fandom for John Cena. The mention of the spinning U.S. title being brought back, first of all, would you like to see it? And could Melo be the one that brought it back? Or would you just say, no, that is John Cena's title. He never needs to, you don't need to see it again.
I mean, it is John Cena's title, so they'd have to modify, they'd have to update the actual title. But do we need spinner titles at this point? Like,
Who spins
the
it?
time has gone.
It'd be
The
tight.
time
They'd be
has
busting,
gone.
as Marcus would say, that he
No,
doesn't say.
it'd be like if one of us rolled up in a car with spinning rims again. Like that's.
I would say, oh shit.
I would say, oh shit, because
I would go, oh shit.
Manny,
No matter either way, Aaron got the spinning rim.
you
Oh
have to
shit, look at
understand
him with the
something.
tens.
Marcus and I,
Tens?
Manny,
Tiny
we're at-
up rims.
you haven't made it there yet. But me and Marcus, we're at that age where we're setting our ways. And so when we see, oh shit, that reminds us of our past, it's like, oh, there it is. We don't want that new shit. We want that old
Yeah.
shit.
That
Bring that old shit
nostalgia.
back.
That nostalgia hits harder these days.
So I agree with Andrade. Just going out there, it's not his fault that Melo cannot focus on his opponent. It's not his fault. It's not his
He know
fault.
what he was doing. He know what he was doing.
Hey, that purple suit was fire though, with brown shoes. I
Would you
will
wear
say,
it?
I get,
Would
but
you wear
he's
that?
coming in there with messy hair.
and a thick beard. Let me just first and say this right now. When Melo stopped the first BFT, I was like, oh, okay. But then the sad part about it, it also showed how he sold the BFT so well when he gets hit with it and how he flips it. He does a handstand. Mr. Rodriguez, hello. I'm glad that you were a fan.
Eric, Andrade in a suit basically looks like this.
He do. But he do his hands like this. He do his hands like this. Be like this with his legs crossed.
You know, do you think he should have worn a mask? He only wears the mask for 5 seconds when he comes out to the ring, and then he just never wears it again.
Because it's hot and he can't see.
I know.
There's no eye holes in that.
As you guys know, this was the greatest episode of SmackDown for me for multiple reasons. First of all, Andrade was there. And then, you know,
Thank you,
my
our
boy came
reparations.
back. I can't wait to talk about my boy. They about to get destroyed, though, but they there. Then Metaphor came out to the ring. And Kevin Owens disrespected Metaphor and interrupted the opening. I have a question for you guys before we get to Kevin Owens. After Kevin Owens had his situation, we saw they come back from commercial and Metaphors with their music play. Did they go back up the rep and do the entrance over? Like, what happened?
They just started
No,
the
they
music
just-
up
they
again like they normally do.
They just stood by the side while it was.
This
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, this Kevin Owens, this Randy Orton storyline right here. This is why I watch wrestling. This got me so excited. First of all, the shade that Kevin came out wearing a Dusty Rhodes shirt. I was like, oh, you're really doing that. Then Cody comes out, taking off his suit. Just take it off his suit. Just like, I'm about to fuck you up because it was a beat down on site. And then you have the one person who you know is going to be dirty. And I love how WWE is handling this whole Randy Orton situation, making him seem like he's a nice guy, being nice with Javon Evans and shit. And now trying to be the mediator between Cody and Kevin Owens. And when we know he's a Viper, he's going to turn on Cody and it's going to feel so fucking good. When he punched Kevin, I was like, yes, punch his ass. Yeah.
That was a turn.
As you can see, when he punched him, it woke something up in Kevin. Like,
you hit me.
He's like, what?
You said you would never do that again.
Yeah, he was so appalled by being punched by Randy. And the fact that he elbowed Randy first and Randy wasn't taking that shit.
But he didn't know he elbowed Randy. He thought he elbowed security. And that's why he was shocked that Randy hit. He's like, why the fuck you hit me? And so I can see the video package in my head for the Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton feud already, because I'm jumping ahead to when Cody is just all ruffled up, all round up.
Get on your bus, Cody. Get on your bus.
And Randy's like, get on the bus. Get on the damn bus, man. You know, I'll work it out. I can talk to him. Take your gold, as he randomly pulls the title up out of thin air. Take your gold, man. Take your gold. He slams on his chest, and I see the greed in Randy's eye.
Marcus, he slammed it on his chest. Let's say this is Cody's chest right here. He was like, take your title. That hand stood on that title a lot longer than what it should have been.
Well, you got to realize, where did he get the title? He's been holding the title the entire time.
I know, Marcus. I can't wait. He's going to turn on them both.
And then Manny's boy goes to him and says, Randy Orton, the voice of reason. I can't believe it. And I wanted to tell him, nigga, you don't know me.
But the thing about this too, though, it's like, Aldis got his own ulterior motives. Apparently, he wants to beat Raw. He's like, Cody, you need to focus on beating Gunther. You can't let Adam Pearce win this. You just can't. It's like, I was
do you think we're going to get that? Adam Pearce versus Nick Aldis in a match that I would think would put 90% of the WWE universe to sleep. Manny, what say you?
Marcus, for all the wrong reasons, I will take that match. I think they both got another match in them.
Who did he say?
Nick Aldis versus Adam Pearce. Scrap Daddy versus Adam Pearce.
I don't think I want to watch that at all.
Come on, he come out his slinglet again and all this, call some Magnus or some shit. I don't know.
I'd rather watch Pete Williams come out of retirement.
I don't think the world deserves Pete Williams.
I would say
the world does not deserve him.
This interaction was finally something that SmackDown needed. Like, I thought, the interaction between Kevin, Randy, and Cody, it was something that made us because the only thing we've had week in, week out was Bloodline. Now we have something else. We've always had the Melo and the Andrade situation, but now we have this. And I'm like, it needed this. It really did. And then we got the cocoa butter buffet. It was every walk of word for men. You had your big woman dressed like a watermelon in the skirt with Piper Niven. You had
what the fuck?
She had the watermelon.
That's not a compliment at all.
She wore the watermelon skirt.
It was a watermelon skirt, but you don't call her a big woman wearing a watermelon skirt.
She was a BBW. Then you had Stinky Chelsea, when you find out why they at ringside, because Bianca and Jade.
Michael Cole did her dirty.
He did.
Yeah. Get her off me. Get her off me. You're going to make me sick. I don't want to go up. Get off of me.
You had Lash Legend and Miss Jackson from NXT, and you had Jade and Bianca. First of all, Bianca did all the work. We already knew that was going to happen.
What's new?
Bianca, we know why she's the John Cena.
I know you're just talking about she did all the work in this match when you refer to her and Jade. I'm talking about she was the only one that I felt like was a standard of a regular wrestler in that ring.
Marcus, that was my statement.
Let's rank them. I go Bianca, Lash,
Lash.
Yep.
Jade, and then Jakara.
Ooh. You see, I would go the other way. I'd go Jakari over Jade.
I personally felt that.
I
And
thought
I
Jade
know-
put in work.
I
Jade
know-
put in work, and it was more than what Jakara did. All Jakara really had was that double
She did the
team,
flip.
double team.
She did
cover.
double team flip.
I would
She said
say
two
this,
times.
That's it. That's what she had.
I will say this about Lash and Jakari. They were one of the best female-looking tag teams I've seen in a while. Like, they actually gave me a legit feeling that they were a tag team. Like, I was like, oh, okay. Like, when I see Alba Fire and the other girl, I'm like, whatever. When
I can't believe you do this to Isla every
Don't
single
do
week.
this to
You
Isla Dawn
never
just 'cause you
remember
can't
her
pronounce her
name.
name.
I know. When I see the female private party, I'm like, I don't care about them.
What's the
Who's the
female private party?
Kaden Carter and the other lady.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but you'll fucking jump all over PFC who can't do shit.
It's like, PFC.
That's not even a hand signal.
Yeah, but you know what I meant that way. Yeah. Shit. I will. PFC.
All right, that's it, Eric. You inspired me to say it. The women's tag team division is back. We are seeing heights we've never seen before.
I was like, it was actually a really good match. Landon, we're glad that you love Jimmy Uso also. He was out there. No, it was actually a really entertaining match. Like, even, I know I never say this, the first match between LA Knight and Melo was a good match. I thought it was fun.
Yeah,
But,
it was a good night. It was a good night.
Yeah, it was like, but I just saw how important Bianca is, and you hope Bianca never get hurt because, like,
Well, her back's gonna give out because you're carrying this women's tag team.
but we talk about carrying, like, WWE was like, we going all in on the women. We
I
had
think it's
Nia
Cross.
Jackson, according to Michael Cole.
Nia Jackson.
He called it Nia Jackson. I was like, oh, okay.
Nia Jackson.
and then she had Tiffany Stratton, who looked like she was about to go walk the quarter in South Carolina someplace. I was like, why is she dressed like a hoe? I was like, oh, okay.
You remember that scene in Hustle and Flow?
Yeah.
You make you get in play, or wherever she's yelling.
Yeah.
I'm in charge. I feel like that was Tiffy time. By the way, Tiffy is living in jail. Apparently, it's jailhouse rules if you hang out with Nia Jax. And then you gonna cash that in, right? You gonna do that shit, right?
She went Devo and Jody on her at the same time, like Big Raves and Baby Boy. What you gonna do?
Yes.
Nigga? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Manny, have you seen the movie Baby Boy?
Yes.
Oh shit! I was not expecting that. I don't have a follow-up question.
You talking about Baby Boy?
We ain't talking about Baby Boy.
Jody, is this bitch
Huh?
ass Jody? Like, Snoop Dogg ain't go scare me when he had the East Siders baby, but not by himself.
You gonna rape me in front of my son? Snoop Dogg wasn't shit. This is an American icon now. American icon, Snoop Dogg. Gonna rape somebody in front of their son.
That man
Piece of
played
shit.
Jimmy Bones. All right,
No,
so
we shouldn't really be talking about that on a live stream.
Nia
Oh
Jax,
yeah, you know. Let's talk about the movie Baby Boy.
Nia Jax, Tiffany. Next thing you know, Naomi come down because somehow Naomi knows how it was a family battle, so she got a match. But before the match came out, here comes Liv Morgan, Dominic, and Raquel Rodriguez, who is the worst muscle in the game right now. I stand by it.
Really?
You don't.
What do you mean? Come on, man. You've seen all the muscle out there.
This
The
is
Gates of Agony still
okay,
exists.
Marcus,
That's not muscle.
Marcus, can I tell you
That's
this
a
right
piece
now?
of
Brian
fat.
Cage.
That's a piece of fat on your steak.
So,
How about
Marcus,
Brian Cage? The Burger Hog.
this is her second appearance. The first appearance was on Raw when she was doing driving detail. So she'd have
No, correction. Her first appearance on Bad Blood where she botched the finish.
no Marcus.
Yeah, and I thought she botched the entrance today on SmackDown when she came out first. I was like, you ain't even the important part of this trio that just come out.
But her job is to be the muscle and to be secure. She didn't even give Rhea any type of fight. Rhea got up into her ass easily and threw her to the wayside. I was like, that's the muscle you hired? Man, that's awful.
If I'm the muscle, I wouldn't expect Rhea Ripley to show up this day. I wouldn't expect it to really work. By the way, she is the fourth wheel in their group. Dom's mustache has more power in that relationship.
Yeah, but then
The mullet too. The mullet too, so maybe fifth.
But then Rhea Ripley, she's OP. Yeah. She was OP because she got in there. She destroyed the Smackdown Women's Champion Nia Jax. She gave her one boot and sent her outside the ring. I mean, like it was one of those moments. I was like, damn.
So
she just been in a match, Eric. She just been in a match.
She's winded, and she just fought one of the toughest components she's ever fought, and she lost that match.
Yeah, against the Black Natty of the women's.
Yeah, but
division.
you know what? Naomi gave her a good match. She was solid.
Do you believe we're getting Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan at the Crown Jewel? I don't believe that match is happening.
I hope it's not Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan. I don't think that's a match that I need.
It has to be Rhea and Nia. That's the only one that makes sense. If you're going to do it.
But, I mean, I guess we have to stay tuned and find out, which is perfectly fine with me. So, backstage, I've been asking for it, and I blame Tony because they ain't been on TV. But I guess, my boy Santos need to grow a beard. I'm not really sure what was going on. But you know what? He went and talked to Nick Aldis. He needed some answers. Manny, let me finish. Let me finish, Manny.
I don't know.
Let me finish.
No, could you carry on. I have only 1 point. I have 1 point to carry on, but I have a strike.
I know what your strike is.
I know what his strike is.
I'm surprised you probably had. I'll point out what the strike was when he demanded why La Madrina wasn't getting any title shots. It was
because you don't deserve them. What you been doing? You better turn up to work.
Manny, I thought that he was out there trying to apply racism, and I will point out that yes, the Garza boys and Madrina ain't wrestled at all. I don't know how they would get title shots. I was concerned. I was just happy to see my boy Santos on there. Is it the Viking Raiders? Did he get the Viking Raiders, or
no? It's the Motor City Machine Guns.
The Motor City Machine Guns are debuting next week, and the other promo that's been airing on Raw is the Viking Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh, but that should actually be a really good match, though.
I want to cut to this tag team business of. This is one of those times where I sympathize with Nick Aldis his job, and you know what? I think we've all been there in a moment of just in between two people arguing, and you honestly don't care about neither one of them, and you don't care if they killed each other.
Are you talking about the Profits and
but
DIY?
you're there for your job. I'm talking about DIY versus the Street Profits when they were going back and forth barking at each other.
They were just hollering for no reason.
It seemed like shit got serious as Nick Aldis was like, you know what? There's some real shit going over here. Oh my God, Kevin Owens is killing Randy Orton.
Yeah,
that's important to me.
Marcus,
that's important.
Marcus, that took me back to Lean on Me. Randy Orton was Kid Ray. they got Kid Ray, and Aldis had to run. I
just want to know what Aldis saw when he made him go. Did he just see Randy walking and
because he ran around a corner? So how did he see that?
What did he see first? Because did he see Randy walking by himself and then Kevin Owens like licking his chops? Ooh, I can get him.
Well, but the thing was, I thought they got Kevin Owens off the building, but clearly he didn't.
Well, this man was suspended, still lingering around.
Can I ask you guys this question? Do you guys enjoy that the only reason why we know about the beatdown between Kevin Owens did to Cody was because of some allegedly fan phone footage, when I know it was probably a WWE cell phone that did it?
But there was so many fan videos of it, so like they all ended up on socials. But I feel like this was a good way. Like, do you know, we go back to Brawl Out when that shit actually happened backstage.
Yeah.
But everyone knew about it, but they couldn't actually do anything about it because of that. So, but then they've used this age of social media where everyone's got their phone, everyone's recording shit. So they can record this altercation and then go, oh, we'll deal with this offline, which is what the Triple H tweet was. And then we're handling it this way to where we've pushed it into a storyline. I feel like that's better than, not being able to do it. And I felt like that was the kind of shit that we could have done with the 24/7 title, where we just had random things happen across just day-to-day travel.
Yeah. I feel like I enjoyed the fact that they didn't want to acknowledge it, and it's like we were handling it internally, and I was like, oh, okay. Like it gave it serious. It gave it a sense of authenticity. That was like.
Let me add something to it. Post Bad Blood. What did you think of Dwayne? And we already talked about the attack, but what do you think of Dwayne and his 5-minute promo?
No, he didn't do it that way, Eric.
No, when he was
One, two.
when he got his truck. I mean, that was a man who, like the sound of his own voice, wasn't saying shit, but was just talking for 5 minutes. And then he was like, "I drive myself. I don't need nobody to drive me." I was like,
"He's drinking and driving."
When I saw the promo, I said, "Damn, I can't get these 5 minutes back." That's the first thing that went through my mind.
Really?
Yeah.
The ones leading up to WrestleMania, they were like 19 minutes on.
Yeah, they were 19 minutes and he was just cussing.
And then he cut a 20-minute promo on Smackdown, prick.
I don't know. Like, the thing about it, it's
always
like,
killing the time.
The Rock is like a nostalgia act, but like there's so many other things that I find entertaining about wrestling. Like Goldberg is not one of them. Just want to put that out there. And I know it serves a purpose, but like Cody has so many people that's trying to get his title, but the only person I want to go after his title is Randy. That's the only person I care about. And we still haven't even sprinkled in Manny's GOAT, John Cena. Because I know his date's supposed to show up sooner rather than later, his farewell tour. So where's John Cena gonna fall in this?
Well, my whole thing is John Cena's main event in WrestleMania 41.
No, he ain't.
Night 2 for the title, and he's gonna win.
I don't think so.
He's winning.
The World Heavyweight title. He ain't winning that WWE title.
I think he's winning the WWE title.
I don't think he wouldn't. If any title he's gonna go after and win, it'd be the World Heavyweight title. Because I feel like overcoming
Cody, Rock, or Roman.
Overcoming Gunther at WrestleMania would be like Rocky versus Drago.
If I can change, you can change. But yeah, I foresee
and
it.
then Gunther would disappoint his father for the second time.
I don't think his father's gonna be like, "Well, you lost to John Cena this time instead of Sammy."
I will say this, and I don't think I've ever said this before, and I might not never say this again. I thought Solo cut a solid promo in the back holding the Ulafala. I was like,
how many takes?
Huh?
How many takes you think he took?
Any of us can sit in a smoky room and
Manny, you have to give the man credit. When he's in a smoky room, that's when he's at his best.
He just lit one up.
And I would say this. I was not looking forward to the main event, but I thought that they did a good job with the main event. I also thought that they did a very good job of telling the story because for whatever reason, remember when Roman came, he was overpowered. I guess now that Jimmy's here, he lost some of his power, so he couldn't handle the bloodline. And at the end, we need him. We need help.
We need help.
We need help.
We need help. Come on, Oos. We need help. And Roman just looking at the feet. This is a dramatic way to end the show. But my real question is, and I'll toss it up to Manny as if I'm the host of the show. Manny, better Uso in the ring, Jimmy or Jay?
I think it might be Jimmy.
No, it's always been Jimmy. This is
How's it always been Jimmy?
It's always been Jimmy. Has always been the
They
better.
haven't been solo that long,
and he's been the better one on the mic. Jimmy was always the one, the catalyst. He was the comic relief in the bloodline. He was also Jimmy has always been the better one, and I think that's why people always supported Jay. Like he was the underdog. Jay is the middle. Well, I don't know if he's the middle child because Rikishi got a lot
Jay
of
put on
kids.
some stellar performances during the bloodline.
Yeah.
Jay,
they're different. Jimmy, I will say, is more charismatic and might be better in the ring. But the one who can get you emotionally invested and attached is Jay.
No,
Jay can get you emotionally attached to shit. He's an emotional guy. Jimmy's a clown. Basically.
But I love a fool.
If I were to compare the two to the extreme, you may get Jimmy, who will be The Rock, and you would get Jay, who's more of a John Cena, who could be like, "I'll run on Tuesday and I'll fight you and I'll win." It gets all serious. But yeah, I would argue that Jimmy is probably better. But who knows? Maybe I thought you had the option of Solo.
No. He should still be the street champ.
Definitive no.
Like he could have used a little bit more season in NXT before he came up to the main roster.
So many people could have done with more season, but they rushed so many people up.
Oba's the next one, man. Oba's the next one.
Oba has to come up.
I still feel like he needs a tiny bit more seasoning before.
I think he needs a lot more seasoning.
He gotta come up.
No, he can't just come up. I don't need him to be Omos, and that's what's going to happen if he comes to the main roster right now.
He's not going to be Omos, man.
He is going to be Omos.
It's a completely different situation.
Marcus,
Omos is great Khali.
I hate to
No,
do this
and
to
I
you,
don't
Marcus.
need someone black. being
Oba
forced
is
down the
like
throat because
Ezekiel
someone
Jackson.
complained about it.
Marcus,
Because someone's complained about black representation, I don't need Oba to be forced. I want Oba to come in and be dominant because he's dominant. I don't want him to be coming in.
You know who
just
you have to
because
blame for
people
this?
said something.
Don't
Because if
blame
that's the
Triple
case, I
H.
want Boa. I want fucking Boa to be the next big thing on the main roster.
Yeah, Manny, I understand you're in the middle of rap, but you can't blame Triple H for this. You blame Lee Fitting, who's the executive producer on the show.
So I literally
Who is
had
the
this,
one really holding black people back?
no. I had this conversation with Shantae, and this was like actually a real conversation that we had, and the fact that the whole narrative about how people are holding black people back, and how like the narrative is that because a black man hasn't won, and I was like, that's sexist in so many ways. Bianca has been the best booked African American in WWE for the last couple of years. And the fact that because she's not a male, we don't acknowledge that WWE is racist, I think that's sexist at the same time.
Because it don't. Because it don't fit the narrative, Eric.
Yeah, I think it's bullshit that we're out here like, oh, a black male has to win something. I think that's BS, and it's all because they didn't have anything to do with Bobby Lashley. I'm going to say it. Bobby Lashley looks good, but when you eat that piece of meat, it's trash. He's boring. He's going to be boring in AEW. Like, he's not going to move the needle. He's not.
Oh, and I don't think MVP is just an angry black man trying to force his narrative too.
I mean, like, in so many ways, the road that WWE is traveling right now, and I'm very passionate, they're traveling down that same Tony Khan road of swerve, where we're going to give him the championship, but we really don't want to give him the championship, but we're going to give it to him because people have been talking about how we are not representing black people in our company.
And I want to jump on that point. Swerve was champion in probably one of the worst kind of runs of AEW.
It's still in there.
Programming was good, ticket sales were down, and I don't want to be the part. I know someone's going to blame it on Swerve being the champion at that point.
You can't. You know why you can't blame it on Swerve? You want to know why?
But they
you want to know why? It's not like them giving the belt to Bryan Danielson to change anything.
Yeah, that's true.
It didn't change it. In fact, they're doing worse numbers. It didn't. It didn't change anything.
Can I just point out, we have some shorts that have more higher views than Dynamite this week.
Yeah. I just wanted to say
that was scary. I was like, oh my God, that's scary, love.
I just want to point, like, for me, I just don't want to hear the black narrative because it has to be a man. I think it's ridiculous. I think Bianca is their biggest star. She is doing so much, and she is black. So
can I ask something? If this might be to the extreme.
What?
Bianca's most important black woman in the world next to Michelle Obama.
She is right up there, especially in the wrestling world.
She is a great example of everything. Overall, what you should be as a human being. Just say it.
And this is the best praise that I can give her. She is the female John Cena.
She is.
Eric, that's not a hot take. You must have watched the show this week.
I heard you say it. That's what
you taking my words.
But also,
you said it like it was yours, though.
She's doing better things for a smaller minority that is black women.
Yeah.
Yep.
And let's also point out that Bianca has done so many things for so many other women because she is the most successful NIL signing, which is why WWE has brought so many other women in because of how successful she was.
I think she was before NIL existed.
Well, whatever, but
the
athlete movement where
she's a Mark Henry recruit.
But look at her putting fucking Jasmine Nix over with that Pele kick. She didn't have to do that.
She's not even working every day of the week.
I just
with
don't
these tag titles.
I just don't like that whole thing that somebody's racist just because they're not like. There's nobody right now that deserves to win. There is really no black person over enough to say that they need to be on the marquee. Melo ain't the one.
He's him though.
And
by him, I mean the only black one.
I can see so much potential in Oba that I don't want him to be pushed so quickly down everyone's throats like what they did with Bobby Lashley in his initial run back in when he was paired with Vince and that Trump thing.
I'm so upset that Oba is not doing the proper gamut that you're supposed to do in NXT. If you have graduated from the North American title, he needs to have a run as the NXT champion first. because
we don't
they
know
have
that
no
yet.
choice.
We don't know that if he's going straight up yet. We don't. Know
I hope
that.
he's not personally.
We
I
don't
really
know that
hope-
yet.
Hold on.
We all speculate.
Yeah, but
going
they
up
have.
already.
I know we are speculating. This is all speculation, but we know it's fact. We know it's fact. They have no choice, Eric and Manny. They have no choice. They have to do this, and it's not because they want to or they're forcing a black person. But when you are a publicly traded company, it does not look good if everybody's calling you a racist. They have to fix that issue.
I don't think
but then
They have to. That's the move.
then-
That's the move. You have to do
But Marcus,
something.
this is my argument though. If you pander to the small minority now that are shouting that Triple H is a racist because no black male has gone over, then someone needs to say something about the Asian male. Yes, Asuka's had a great run. Yes, Io has had a good run. But then you have to have that same argument.
Got
for the
Shinsuke
Asian man.
Nakamura.
Yeah, no, but he hasn't had a great run. He hasn't. And then you.
I just wanted to yell that.
then
And
there's the
Tozawa,
Latinx
Manny.
community that can say stuff. You're just booking yourself into a corner, which I think is a bad move.
I'm gonna say this right now. I don't think it's as big as a deal as people make it out. I think it's just that the wrestling dirt sheets are running with it because it's a clickable thing. It's just like anything that like guess who was backstage. I think that WWE has done more for women than anything right now, and I think that is a segment that has been marginalized for a long time. The fact that you go out there and say that, oh, WWE is racist, and you don't acknowledge that what they've done with Bianca is bullshit to me, because now you're marginalizing women. And I don't think that's fair. Like, everybody should be treated equally, and the cream rises to the top. And eventually, there will be another black superstar that makes it to the top. Swerve wasn't the one for WWE.
Can I ask you this question?
Go
Because
ahead,
me
man.
and Marcus kind of had our say. Yeah, me and Marcus had this
third.
kind of say on Thursday. But what was your take on Triple H when asked the question on the press conference? And he said, "I don't see color. I just see talent."
Man,
What do you make of that answer?
Before we go on this, I'm going to add something. The Rock is on the board and is on top. I know they don't identify him as black, but technically,
Because he's identified as The Rock.
I know.
I hate that response. I do, and I think it's always just been the safest answer that people can give. I think I mentioned in the chat room, I think Cody had the best response to that thing. Like, when someone says that response, that they don't acknowledge the struggle that other people have been through and whatnot. But that's why he's Raheem.
Raheem.
But like, I also realize that Triple H is a person who is a part of a publicly traded company. So you have to say the safe answers. I mean, he can't say we ain't got no black stars right now, because then that's when the brown people come out.
He should have went up there and been like, "Shit, you want me to push Melo, sorry ass?
Like,
Shit,
like
we gonna put
everybody's
this on the
like,
company. Who you think I am?"
like the whole idea, like, a lot of people say, well, they waited too long to push Montez. So what makes you think Montez is going to be a star? And then guess what? You
worth a
push
shot.
Montez, now you might get rid of another black man. Now Dawkins might be out of a job. Now
I don't think Dawkins is out of a job.
I've been saying, like,
I think they would both do fine by themselves.
I think they learned from Trick. Like, everybody thought Trick was a surefire bet, but when he got the title, it was like, oh, he's not there yet. Although this week he called Wes light skin, which, Marcus, you're right. Great moment in wrestling history. Never thought I'd hear that one. Never thought I'd hear that. Like,
Never thought I'd hear that in wrestling.
He
Light skin.
Ooh, okay.
The crowd didn't even know how to take it. Like, they were like, "Oh, we can't chant that either."
Because
I don't think that was even cleared with anyone in the back. I think he just said it.
Can I ask you guys a question, though? My question for you. I know Dominic's mustache is very powerful, but Charlie Dempsey's mustache is right up there, too. That's a really good stash.
Charlie Dempsey's is Yosemite Sam. I've got 2 guns in them. Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Hey, speaking of black wrestlers, what happened to the boys? The 2 boys in the back that you guys could stand.
Oh, I believe they're back in the lab. They're back in the lab.
Derek and Demetrius. I don't remember their names.
Well, OTM hasn't been around either. We can't put them on CW.
Well, OTM is not. They're not black. I think they're like
One of
Puerto
them
Rican.
is.
No. Yeah.
One of them
It's a mix.
Who, Bronco or Lucian?
We can argue about race all the time, but you can't argue where WWE's diversity is on NXT. It's just
No. What happened to the boy that
the
reads?
biggest melting pot.
The boy with
of
glasses that
wrestling
reads. What happened to
I don't
him?
know what happened to him, man.
It's 2 weeks he's even gone. Well, what happened to DJ Tatanka?
Well, Marcus, we
the
need to know what happened to your boy
has
Shotzi Diadonis.
everything.
What happened to the Shotzi the Adonis? Him
I don't
talking
know.
to white women.
Yeah. I mean, he can't be on CW being that rapey.
But like right now, Manny, let me ask you this question. Let me ask both of you guys. So in WWE right now, who do you feel is the 5-star recruit, the big star that you like? You know what? This person is gonna be a star. Like who do you see right now?
It's
That's
Braun.
the
Just
next-
period?
It's Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker.
Oh, I forget about it.
Black ass Braun Breaker
I
at
forget about
that.
Okay.
A badass black ass Braun Breaker.
There
Okay.
was a picture, because you know I'm doing the thumbnails, whatever. There's a picture of Braun Breaker where he is so goddamn black. It's ridiculous. I went from a picture with Trick and then the Braun Breaker, and I swear to God, it was like, oh, they went from black to black in these pictures. I wish I could bring that picture up to you guys, and so you can see it and be like, oh.
You know
But it
who
was
Braun
right after
Breaker
his
is right
attack.
now?
It's
Basically,
right after
Braun
his
Breaker-
attack on Raw.
Braun Breaker is this generation's Batista. He's running through the locker room, getting all the women, getting the tans. He's doing what he needs to
Batista
do.
wasn't running through women.
He was.
Melina. That was just
No,
Melina.
That was one storyline. That
Yeah,
was
Mickey
one
James
storyline.
too. He was out there, man. Batista was out there delivering the pipe. He was at the Diddy party too. You know
I think
shit.
you're confusing Batista with John Cena.
No, John Cena was a
John
hoe
Cena-
too. And then he had the reality show, so it showed how he was weird. It
Well,
was like,
to quote Teddy Atlas, who I'm going to call at least
Atlas.
Tony Atlas.
all right, Michael Cole. All right, Nia Jackson.
They quote Tony Atlas. We treated women bad. He gonna get quoted at least once a week. Yes, he's the only thing in that documentary worth it. We treated women so bad back in those days. It was horrible. Absolutely.
We need a
horrible.
soundboard just for Tony Atlas.
Yes.
Like they still haven't really got any better because people still don't want to acknowledge him. But I think right now the blue chipper for me, I think it's Jada Parker. I like Jada Parker. I think Jada Parker is the next big thing. I think she has a
I
charisma
think she
about
needs
her.
maybe another year and a half in NXT.
No,
and then
I
she'll
agree.
be-
I don't think
then
she
she'll
needs to be
where
rushed.
she needs to be. But it's too hard to tell with all the women in NXT because they all got good parts to them where like they could all of them.
Man, you
could be
can't
the
say they
next
all
person.
have good parts to them. And immediately I start thinking, they just talking about ass.
No, honestly, this is gonna sound harsh when I say what I'm about to say. They need to release some of them. Some of them need to go.
Nikita
You wanna
Lyons
give it
needs
a
to
Phelan,
go.
huh? Yeah,
She
you
don't-
probably wouldn't
she
give it up
doesn't
on
fit
Phelan.
in anymore.
No, not Phelan.
Nikita
Phelan's
Lyons
a
needs
star.
to go.
But Nikita needs to
Lyons
go.
needs to go. She don't fit in.
Y'all ain't even seen her come back yet.
No, like
Let her come back this
little
week,
segment
okay?
that she
Let her
had.
come back. Hold on. No, I'm not going to do that. I understand. Nikita Lyons may not be the most talented person. I know, Manny, you have fallen out of love with her. And Eric, you've never been there. And I've always laughed at her. But I'm on the same basis with you guys. I don't think there's much there. But God damn it, let her come back this Tuesday on CW, have her match,
Marcus.
and then you can shit all over her. She has not came
Marcus,
back
because
yet.
the
for you to
person
shit
she's
on
going
her and
against-
say she needs to be fired.
The person that she has gone against is a completely different beast these days. I'm a Latina.
I'm just gonna tell you this right now. For me personally, if the scandal about WWE being racist is true, I'm sorry, having the Kia Lyons out being mannerisms and acting like she a sister, I don't think it look good. And she can't wrestle. And she's not reliable. She's not. Them
I'm
knees
trying to
can
find
pop.
some- I said at least give it a Tuesday, okay? We're talking baseball a little bit. You can't bench a starter just because you don't like him.
She's never been a starter.
She ain't no
I'm just
star.
saying. I know she's not a star. I'm talking about baseball. She's maybe the fifth in the rotation, okay?
No.
Randomly.
She-
I'm
she's
just saying.
low relief.
Listen, hear me out.
She
You're
landed
not going to be like, I'm not going to put you on the mound. I'm not putting you on the mound. I can't do it. Just let her pitch. And if she sucks, get her out. You yank her out.
But
I'm saying,
she
give her
gets Stedman and
Tuesday.
She's Chet
Mark,
Stedman and you
Give
know.
her to Tuesday,
Marcus,
at least.
we've seen her pitch multiple times. She is Miguel Vargas. You just got to ship her off to another team and they can fix her.
You stop
That's
it.
what happens.
You
Let
stop
Tony
it.
have her. Let Tony
Let
have
her
her.
go to Tuesday.
Tony ain't gonna use her.
Tony will use
There's no
her.
money in Nikita Lyons.
There is
Wait,
money on AEW.
Who is
Always
somebody
dark.
Who is somebody that WWE has released that nobody has signed yet? I can't remember who it was. It was somebody
Tucker
that
Knight.
like,
Dijak. No one signed Dijak.
No, he's snitching. Tucker Knight.
Although tonight, Marcus, your boys, what they called on the
MXM, Maximum Male Models.
Yeah, they've teased a new member. Who do you think it is?
Gentlemen, I actually was gonna be appropriate because we got about 5 minutes of the show left, so we can go about another.
Do we? There's a time limit.
I didn't know we had a time limit.
No, we never.
I thought we always added stoppage time whenever we go on topic.
I always say that this show should be about an hour long. Like we should go 11 to noon.
I thought there was just an hour overrun.
But then we always have an overrun that won't be hit on the DVR. But it will be remiss of me and unprofessional. It was already bad enough that I did not watch all of Dynamite because I didn't care about The Rock. Yes, I made it. I didn't make it past the first match. However,
what the hell?
They are doing a pay-per-view tonight, WrestleDream. It is supposed to be a dream, and I want to talk about the card. But before we talk about the card, Luchasaurus.
Do we have enough time to talk about all 700 matches?
My thoughts and prayers are with you. I hope you recover and you can have a comfortable life. The reports that I've read about what has happened to him, it's very sad, and hopefully that they'll figure it out. Anyway, back to after that,
well, now I don't want to make any jokes. Shit.
Yeah, you've lowered the tone.
So
you want me to talk about Hurricane Milton now? Jesus.
So I guess the top black guy in wrestling right now, Swerve Strickland, returns at WrestleDream. No announcement of what he's going to do or what's going to happen.
Going to do.
What's he going to do, Manny? Let me know.
It's just going to be there so Bobby Lashley can debut on AEW.
So does Bobby Lashley beat him up or does he join this family?
I don't know. I think it's a joint or Swerve gets beaten up till he joins the family or whatever.
Good old fashioned black on black crime. Just the way I like it.
Marcus, this match is for you. It's a 2 out of 3 falls match, Marcus. I don't know why this is happening. I don't know.
Oh no! This is really a strike.
It's hologram versus the Beast Mortos.
Oh shit!
In a 2 out of 3.
It's about to go down.
You know what? It's too early in the mid-morning for you to give me this shit right now about the Beast Mortals and the 2 out of 3 falls. Why is it 2 out of 3 falls?
I don't know. I don't even know who Hologram is.
He's Hologram.
He's the one that wrestled on Dynamite this week, and we were like, why?
Why? So apparently it was him and C.O. Menda.
All right, so the card does not stop.
Do I not get to pick?
Oh, go ahead. We know you're picking the Beast Mortos, although I don't think he's ever won a match.
I would love to pick the Beast Mortos, but Hologram's on this winning streak like nobody's ever seen.
It's a winning streak of 1?
Hologram is their Sin Cara, by the way. Hologram is being booked as their Sin Cara, the next big Mexican star.
I thought he was getting booked as like Suicide from what you call him. But anyway,
Suicide.
From TNA.
That was one of the worst things in TNA.
Jump alive. Feel the pain. That gave me less than 20 years. So but I'm picking Hologram.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna say the match, but we don't have to talk about this match.
Respect the Beast Mortos.
It's Chris Jericho and Mark Briscoe, but we're just gonna move on from that. Then we have.
Why even bring it up? Why even bring it up? Why be that disrespectful to bring it up to say we're just gonna move on from that?
Marcus, no, because the way he said it was the exact same way he was. He spoke about Luchasaurus, like something had died.
just saying.
We have breaking news. Chris Jericho is fighting Mark Briscoe for the Ring of Honor title at WrestleDream.
So
I repeat, Chris Jericho is fighting for the Ring.
So
our condolences go out to everybody that have to see that match.
When The Rock returned on WWE television, Tony said we have to figure out how to get a Rock involved in this one. So that is the Darby Allin Brody King match.
We get just to talk about The Rock this week.
I feel like there's 2 matches on WrestleDream that I feel really bad because I feel like they deserve more build. Brody King versus Darby Allin.
Dobbin.
And then also Jay White and Hangman Page. I wish they had a little bit more build for these matches because on paper they should be pretty good matches. Brody King is gonna throw Darby Allin around, and then Darby's gonna probably win. And then Adam and Jay White should have a really good match. Do you guys have any thoughts on any one of these matches? I'll go to you first, Marcus.
My main takeaway from this one was like when you talked about Jay White and Hangman Page, there should be more build to it. I thought Hangman was becoming a more interesting character now that he's a little unhinged and a little crazy and burning down houses. This is as interesting as he's ever been. But since he's burnt down that house, I think he's appeared on Dynamite like once since then, and he's not really doing much. I think he got attacked. He attacked Juice after his match with Juice, and that's kind of been what it's been. And it's kind of like we don't know what to do with Hangman at this point, and he feels lost in the shuffle again.
I just feel sorry about the whole Hangman. You burned down a man's house, and then now we're deviating to like Bobby Lashley with Swerve. Like I don't understand the logic behind that in so many ways.
He should be in some type of focal point after he beat a former world heavyweight champion after burning his house and having this 2-year feud essentially go on. He should be in that thing, but they're doing this thing with Danielson and Mox, so there's nowhere for him to go, and it's sad because it didn't seem like they've planned this whole thing out. So like, it's not storyboarded out like what you're intending to do with your top stars.
Well, we know what AEW is about. They're about giving like banger matches, so we're gonna have a good match. We don't care about the context.
Who wins?
But my whole thing about this is that I don't think you should waste a match just to do a match. Like if you don't have the purpose for Hangman's story with him and Swerve to continue, he shouldn't be on the card. Like I don't think you should waste a Jay White Adam Page match just to have this match out of the blue in so many ways.
No, so they should have done what they did with Swerve in the sense that they kept him off TV and said they were like hurt, and stuff. So they could have just said like what they're kind of did with Raw with the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. They weren't on. Drew wasn't on Raw, but CM Punk was. But you could see he was banged up, and you know CM Punk ain't going to be there for a couple of weeks.
The perfect storyline they could have did due to smoke inhalation. Adam Hangman can't be at Dynamite for a couple of weeks because he had too much smoke.
Well, yeah, the match took a lot out of him.
Yeah, then
that match was like just as painful as Hell in the Cell.
And so
I don't understand. Sorry to cut you up. I don't understand, and I know they did the bag suffocation thing, which wasn't much planned ahead of that. Why not go Hangman Page, Bryan Danielson at this one? It is a bigger threat to his career. If this is his last match that he's dealing with someone as insane as Hangman Page has been. He's stabbing guys and hitting people with cinder blocks and doing all types of crazy shit, burning houses. I think he would have been the bigger threat. Mox is fine. They have their story with the Blackpool Combat Club, whatever that is. But I think Hangman should have been the person fighting tonight in the main event.
No, but I think the Mox Bryan Danielson thing had two casualties in the situation. Yeah. First, you had Hangman, and then you had Darby Allin. Darby Allin won that chance to have a title shot. He won the chance. Why not have Darby be the one that ends Bryan Danielson's career?
It shows that they don't plan out what they're doing, and there's no long-term booking in terms of like storyboard of like, we're here, but we want to get to here, so we need to work out how we get there. It feels like we're just going to do this week to week and just hope we strike magic.
No, and literally, Manny, that's a good point, because like you had WrestleDream planned for a couple of weeks, and the only reason why Darby Allin and Brody King is on the card right now is because they had an altercation this Wednesday on Dynamite, and it's like, oh, that's kind of
no, that's not even that. It's 2 weeks ago, Darby had that promo where he was just banging that fucking rock he used on a car, and he was talking about being spat at when he was on a bus or some bullshit like that. Then he goes, I'm going to hold an open challenge. And then I think somewhere between those two episodes of Dynamite, Brody accepted that open challenge. And then we don't have any backstory, but then they tried to fill in 20 years of backstory into 5 minutes of promo.
When the real story is that this fucker, sorry, I'm not gonna call him this idiot, lost his damn title shot to a match that he didn't need to have with Mox. He had the title shot. He could have just said, "No, I'm gonna fight Bryan Danielson. Why I have to fight you?" Like it just. But then, if you want to talk about undeserving title shots, and I understand tag team wrestling might be dead. But why is the Private Party getting the title shot? I don't care what shoehorn storyline. Damn, he left. Well, Marcus, you know what? I'll do this for you. Private Party will face the Young Bucks. All right, moving on. We have
No, they don't deserve this title, man. So I had a big thing of that they were the strike of all strikes last week when they made claims that at the start of the year they said they were gonna win gold. They ain't done nothing for the entire year. They don't deserve this title shot.
No, if they win, it's an abomination to wrestling.
Can I ask you guys a question? Because there's a match right here on this card. It's Jack Perry against Shibata. Riddle me this.
Why giggle?
For the TNT title, wouldn't you have preferred, for me personally, if it would have been Jack Perry versus Darby Allin for the TNT title?
No, we've done.
No, they did that already.
But I think it would have been better than Shibata.
No, we just know Shibata ain't gonna win.
Even the build to this is trash too.
Yeah, Jack Perry's driving his ice cream truck around, and Shibata's talking on a voice
Ice cream truck. I thought it
recorder.
was a school bus.
It's an
No, it's an ice cream
man.
truck.
Yeah, it's the one that you touch kids in. That's the kind of ice cream truck. It's like
Yeah,
it's like
John
the
John Gacy.
yeah,
John Gacy?
or Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal.
Yeah, it might be Samoa Joe's bus.
Willow versus
Yes.
Mariah May. You know Willow's losing, right?
Yeah.
No, I think you might win.
What?
Why would she win?
Whoa.
Explain
Because
that to
Mariah
me,
May-
Manny.
That's a hot take. Hold on, explain yourself.
I mean, Manny,
Because-
you might get an old box. I gotta lean back on this one.
I'm gonna.
No, it's because Mariah May has been talking in the sense that how many titles is Willow gonna lose, or how many times is Willow gonna get an opportunity and just lose? It's almost sounding like they're gonna allow Willow to win.
But by disqualification, where Mariah May keeps the title, though, right?
I don't know,
Man,
man.
yeah,
I think
Manny,
she
they're
might
not
win. I
going
think she
anywhere
might
to
win.
beat it. Manny, until titties come back, she ain't losing that title. She gonna fight Mina Shirakawa first.
Man, I'm sorry that you got.
We gonna get our triple threat. We gonna get our triple threat, baby. Shit.
Speaking of triple threats,
I think you should be banned from doing that. By the way,
speaking of triple threats, AEW International Championship. We have Will Ospreay, Ricochet, and Takeshita. Personally, I don't think this is going to be a bad match, but you could have just gave me Takeshita versus Ospreay, and I would have been okay with that.
You could have gave me Ospreay versus Ricochet, and I would have been okay with that. Any combination other than the three of them
I
together.
don't think I need the triple threat.
I
just
think
don't.
I don't think they mesh well.
No.
Yeah. Who's winning this? I feel like neither one of them could actually lose it. If the person that gets pinned, I'm like, they probably shouldn't have allowed pinned. Like, Ricochet just came in. You're telling me it's Ricochet, it's hot new acquisition. He's going to get pinned. Takeshita's going to go in there and lose.
Takeshita's
But
taking
he's
the pin either way.
probably my favorite of the three.
I'm going to be very brutal when I say this. There's 3 people in this match, and 2 of those people is overpaid, and 1 person needs to be paid more money. Somebody needs to give some of their paycheck to Takeshita. I'm sorry. And
I think he's being
Ospreay is
paid
not the
handsomely
one.
to be not in WWE. I think he's being paid well enough not to be not in WWE.
Who's that?
Takeshita?
Takeshita.
I don't
Did
think so.
you know WWE wanted him?
He could be the one, though. He's
Yeah, but I
so
don't
good.
think- I don't think he's making much. He ain't making Ricochet or Ospreay money.
And I guess the main event, Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley.
Which could be Bryan Danielson's last match.
It could be his last match. The sad part about this is that I think what Manny said earlier when we started talking about AEW, when they really don't have the long-term booking, I think this could have been so much better if we had seeds being planted. Like, if they just took a little couple of pages from what Smackdown did with Randy Orton and subtly, like, if we could have saw the Blackpool Combat Club actually imploding with each other. Like, it just kind of happened out the blue. And it's like, why?
They haven't really been together properly for a good long time.
Manny, once Regal went back to Daddy Triple H and took the year, I'm going to be behind the scenes, and that the Blackpool Combat Club was never the same.
Let me add this about
Everyone
this
was on their
match,
side
and
quest.
This could be their last match. Bryan Danielson's last match. I don't think they may not have, according to reports, they may not have had time to do the build because Bryan Danielson's in worse shape than he's letting on. and he needs to get this surgery or whatever that's supposed to happen. That's supposed to shut him down. So they just be like, all right, we're gonna get done. But if this is his last match at WrestleDream, I think I will forever hate AEW. You go to Sting and give him this triumphant ending, and then Bryan Danielson's kind of going out on just a straight up whimper. A card that I'm not seeing on a paper. Like, at least give me one of your serious cards, like a Double or Nothing, an All Out, Full Gear. What's the other one? All In. You know, give me one of your serious shows. Not this bullshit. This is bullshit. I don't care if it is his hotel. This is bullshit. I'm gonna watch this on tape delay just like everybody else.
I think once you put private party tag championship match, that's when you just really be like, oh, like
no, I think
really?
the Beast Mortos a hologram in a 2 out of 3 falls matches where.
Wait, is that on the main show or is that not?
I don't know.
That's the card that I saw. Oh. Okay.
No, because Mason Mansoor facing the Acclaimed.
Yeah, it's a 6-hour show.
Wow.
And they're gonna end scissoring for good.
Remember, was it 2 years ago? The Acclaimed was like the hottest act at AEW, and now
they fallen,
dude. Yeah. Like, they really need the storyboard though. They really do.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who have fallen in this in AEW, and
where Ricky Starks, man?
He's in jail.
He's in Miro jail.
I thought Raj Girl.
Where's Malachi Black? He's just chilling.
Raj Girl actually had a point. He was like, "You got to be better than this, Tony. Let these people go." And a lot of people say it's business,
no,
but I'm like,
that's business.
It's business, but like,
fuck them.
Then use them. Have them lose. Like,
fuck that. No, fuck you. I got money to sit your ass at home. Fuck you. That's what I'm like. Maybe I'm just a different type of petty.
I mean, I asked you guys this question then, because I asked this question, and who was the next star, and you guys said without hesitation, Braun Breaker.
Oh.
Who in AEW is that next person that you think that could really just say, you know what, I got to watch it to see this person? Is there anybody on there that you think that can do it?
Unfortunately, Eric, I can't answer this question with a great answer, because basically what's going to happen is this person will be featured for 3 weeks and they'll fuck off and you'll never see him for God knows how long. So I don't foresee anyone becoming a star on this show.
So
because they pay for stars and that's it. They pay for stars. Yeah. They rarely make their own anymore. They don't care about them anymore.
You know what? Let me write down my point in this situation. Marcus, go ahead. Do you see anybody?
Because we got to talking serious tone. As Manny talked very serious in that last segment of Doom and Gloom. I'm going to say, at this current moment in AEW's time, they don't have anybody that is new or fresh out there. The freshest person they have is Will Ospreay, who I've been watching wrestle for about 10 to 15 years. That's on their main show. Everybody else in their upper card I've seen for about 10 to 15 years.
Oh, the AEW cut his mic off?
Did you mute yourself?
Marcus, you're muted.
Ooh.
Oh, damn. Tony Khan came in that way. Well, Manny, while he reconnects himself, I'm going to say what I was going to say. One of my biggest criticism, and when I got dubbed the hater of AEW, was always the fact that I felt that AEW relied too much on external things to make their show relevant instead of internal things. It's beef that people had outside of the company. And unfortunately, they haven't done anything to change that way, because the whole thing with Ricochet and Ospreay was like, oh, they did all this stuff outside of this company, and that's why they have to have this match instead of, maybe Ricochet just wanted to be a champion. Like, do you think it would have been better suited if maybe they would just had Ricochet go in after his title instead of just relying that they had history with each other?
Well, see, there's two ways of thinking about this one, because you could have played on the history to build on this match. So, like, prior to him leaving WWE, he was very much on socials, like bringing Ricochet and all this stuff. So it adds to building what could have been a really incredible match on a pay-per-view instead of just a match on Dynamite. Then they'd have the match, and now you're forcing a fatal four-way, a triple threat, and it's just like, why? Why do we need all these extra parts to get what we need? Give us a good damn story. Because like when it happened to WWE, we know that it's happened. Like when AJ took on Nakamura at WrestleMania, we know they had previous.
Yeah.
They played into it a little bit. So like WWE are kind of at fault at it as well. But like we know they've had matches, so we knew that match was going to be at least good, but it didn't deliver. I feel like AEW don't rely too much on externals anymore these days. I feel like they just give you a lot of things that just don't matter.
The internals are just not that great.
Like, give me a reason to care.
Oh, the Eternals.
Yeah. No, because Marcus,
give me a reason to care, because that Mexican match that happened between Commander and Thing, that was just thrown out there.
That shouldn't be as funny as it is, but it was.
But that Mexican match that they put out there for Latin Heritage Month was just thrown out there because it was Latin Heritage Month. There was nothing behind it. And there's a lot of times where they do that, where they just give you a match for no reason, just to have it. And I feel like
agree.
For people to keep coming back, you've got to give us a reason to come back. And give us a reason to care. And they're not giving us reasons to care.
I think it would have been better, like, in a
Manny,
situation.
hold on. Not in front of the Mexicans, Manny.
I know you're gonna say. No, I think it would have been better, like in the Ricochet Ospreys, because you're right. Osprey was lobbying for Ricochet to come into the company, right? And it might have been better if when he came into the company, they were teaming with each other and blah blah blah, and then eventually maybe Ricochet turned on him or something like that to create some type of buzz. Marcus, I want you to finish your point.
They can have him work join the Couch family tonight and turn on him, and
but they already had their match. That's the issue. They had the match already.
Like DQ or not finished.
It's like you're dating a woman, and she shows you her titties before you even did anything to get it. It's like, well, I don't want that no more. Like,
really?
Maybe work for it a little bit.
Well, I'm done with you.
You know, sometimes it's a lot more fun about the chase.
I saw your titties. You're
It's about
done.
the chase.
You're tired.
It's about the chase.
I don't care about anything else about you but the titties. I got what I want. You take a walk. You take a walk, Hussy. You take a walk.
Well, Marcus, while you were fixing your connection issues, I had said that my biggest criticism of AEW was about how they relied on the external things.
I heard it.
Instead, I didn't know you heard it because you wasn't in the screen.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I just got a phone call and everything disconnected.
Oh.
It was spam, likely.
Damn.
Proper ass spam.
I'm glad Xia Li got a contract with TNA. My girl's back at it. You know,
she wasn't no good, Eric.
She wasn't.
But, you know what? She didn't get the opportunity.
But she was, Manny, you have to admit, she was part of one of our favorite storylines that never, ever got a conclusion with Boa, her, the lady with the smoke.
Shout out to Boa.
She was the lady with the smoke.
Mei Ling.
Oh my God.
Mei Ling.
A.k.a. Wendy Chu.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wendy Chu was the lady with the... Yeah.
Yeah, Wendy Chu was Mei Ling.
Yeah.
Yes. And now she sleeps. I think it's gonna be
psycho. She's a sleeping a psycho.
I think at the end, WrestleDream is gonna be a very well wrestled show. But I think, unfortunately for me, at the end of it, none of it's gonna mean anything. And that's the thing about it. It's like there's no meaning when I watch AEW. It's like I'm just watching the show, and it's like, why am I watching this show?
And they need to get back to that. Remember before there was a time ago, a long time ago, where AEW seemed like they were booking on a different level, and I was really proud of them. And that was right before Up Into All In. And then after All In happened, it just seems like, I don't know what we're doing anymore. And I feel like that, it feels like that was like months ago, but it's been like 3 weeks. Yes, Manny.
So a thought just come into my head. The episode of Dynamite on Tuesday. I didn't mention this on Thursday. It was, what was it called? Title Tuesday.
Yes, I know about this.
Mercedes Moné is the only title that was defended.
It's why
wait, she actually wrestled?
Tuesday.
She wrestled?
Yeah.
Fuck! You realize I just named the WrestleDream car, and Mercedes Moné is not even on that car.
Is she
Like, no.
Who was she
Like,
fighting? Damn,
You,
there was
you, you,
anything.
you, that's my whole thing. You paid, you made these people all this money.
Maybe anything happened on Collision or Rampage?
I don't
last
know,
night?
but you know how they turn her face just randomly, Statlander. And
Yeah,
then it's just
yeah.
Wait, she's a face now?
She's a
Yeah.
face now, and she invoiced
No longer with
Stokely.
Stokely.
Yeah.
So, wait, she turned on Willow for no reason and all that good stuff just to be a face now?
Yeah, it's not even explained why she's a face now.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know why that bothers me so much.
It does. It should bother everybody. It should bother anybody that enjoys any type of storytelling whatsoever. It is like watching. It'd be like watching Game of Thrones, Eric, and then all of a sudden Ramsay's helping the Starks. Like, wait a minute, he was cutting Theon up. Now all of a sudden he helping the Starks.
You're like, why he helping the
Next
Starks?
week for what?
Why he helping the Starks?
He just helped Arya kill somebody.
What's going on? Mark, it's like watching Hell's Kitchen. It's like watching Hell's Kitchen and they can't make the steak and Gordon Ramsay decided to go there and cook the steak himself. Like, fuck it, I'm making the steak.
He's done that.
Hey, no, that happens all the time. That's explained.
That happens all the time. It's hilarious. And he just tell him, fuck off.
Fucking donkey.
No,
You fucking donkey.
so literally, I had got home one day and I had turned on my TV and Hell's Kitchen was on. And like, honestly, it's funny that this show is such repeat and recycle, but at the same time, it keeps bringing me back in because it's the same damn thing. Like, it was the blue team that was with the men, and people, it was Egypt, who was the one black guy, and people were like, he's too aggressive. Then it was this tall guy who wasn't doing anything, and then there was a white guy who was like, I can't wait to shine with the meat.
Run that shit. Hey, run that shit back. That's why.
I never liked Kitchen Nightmares. What was it? Hell's Kitchen. I preferred Kitchen Nightmares.
Oh no!
I preferred Kitchen Nightmares especially when it was in America, when he found problems with everything.
Betty, I'm sorry. This is my
Shut
whole
it down. Shut it all down quick. Immediately.
The kitchen nightmare. My biggest issue
Look
with
at these
kitchen
crumbs.
nightmare.
I eat that.
And honestly, it was in every kitchen. It's like these motherfuckers was filthy. Like you walk in, what is this?
The thing is about this show. The thing, Eric, not only are they filthy, they know Gordon is coming. So they were even worse at a point.
They tried to clean up a little bit.
But don't you think, like, I don't understand how health inspectors have not got involved in some of this before
Manny,
Gordon even got involved.
It's called one word that has 2 syllables. Payola. That's 3 syllables. Sorry.
Yeah, no. I think it's just a TV show, and you know, they it's like us epping up.
No,
My favorite thing about like Kitchen Nightmares is when he the restaurant's all of a sudden good now that he just did the renovation. And I go, they still nasty as fuck. They gonna make this shit nasty.
Yeah,
Marcus.
Or when the chef gets mad that he don't like their food.
Marcus,
clearly your business is going
that's
out.
Not true. Because remember, Marcus, we had the restaurant that was located in the Bixie Nose, that Italian restaurant that he went in there and allegedly fixed. And then when I drove past that place, they was out of business.
Yeah, they always go out of business. The same thing with the show Bar Rescue. It's the same shit. They always go out of business.
Because, Marcus, nobody wants to see the place get saved. Everybody just wants to see all the problems that they have.
What I used to like about the British one is that they give you an update on the place. And be like, down there, like this restaurant, oh, they turned it around, or they were shut down weeks later. The American one, they just leave it as is.
There's only ever been one successful one in Britain. In the UK one, I think it was the Black Kitchen, where they did.
No. I think it's 2. Then the first episode he did, they became successful in like the number 1 restaurant in like London or something. After
I was just sitting there when I was watching the one when they were in England, and it's like these people couldn't make a proper fish and chips. I was like, how could you not make a proper fish and chips? I have never had a proper fish and chips, but at the same time, I was like, damn it, you're in England. This is a staple. You gotta fry the cod right. Give me some malt and give me some chips. Why can't you do this? Why?
I just don't understand. You know, some of these shows with the menus.
I have a question. I probably asked you this before. In your food rankings, where is fish and chips at?
Behind the taco. Tell him.
Behind the gravy.
Well, that could be two. I know where gravy's at.
I mean, fish and chips is all right, but like you have to really be in the mood for fish, and I'm not really ever in the mood for fish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but how about this? Whenever I'm in the mood for fish, it's never fish and chips. It's always any other fish other than the fucking fried cod or whatever it is. It's not what I want. I want a real fish.
What's a real fish, bro? You already said you can't eat fish with eyes on there, so that's what real fish is.
Yeah, I'm talking about, one without eyes, obviously, a salmon or a halibut.
You want a blind fish?
I want Stevie Wonder's fishes.
Marcus is looking for a fish with a stick.
He wants the fish with the CNI frog with him. It's over there, Bo. There it is, Ribbit. It's right there.
You set me up, you bastard. I've been caught.
Oh my God.
I've been caught, you son of a bitch.
The biggest fish. The CNI fish put him to a hook. I'm tired of that.
There's a worm over there. Oh shit, that's a hook too. Oh, they threw you back. You all wounded and shit. You gonna be dead in a week.
Can I honestly say, bonus time is always the best time because I don't even know how we get to happen the way that we get here. But we hope you guys enjoyed the additional 26 minutes of nonsense that we had. Remember, like I said, go check out A Brit Tries Trader Joe's. It was actually really funny. Manny,
Oh, and tune in this Tuesday for episode 2 of Mada Shiro.
Oh, wait. So, Betty, have you ever seen the Steve Harvey show?
Shit.
What? I'm confusing it with the Bernie Mac show. What's the Steve Harvey show?
He was a principal.
He was a music teacher. No, he was a music teacher.
Oh,
And-
yeah. And he wore really colorful shirts.
Yeah, the only reason why I brought that up, if you remember the principal, that's who Shantae cast as her Angela Lansbury from Murder, She Wrote. Don't know why that was her.
It's Bob's. It's Bob's from Abbott Elementary.
I think no, but Angela has to be fat. It's Octavia Spencer. She has to be fat.
This lady's out here solving crimes, Eric. She has to be somewhat fit.
Yeah,
Betty,
she got
you don't
a positive
understand
example.
You don't know how much Murder, She Wrote I have watched. I know what the show is about. I know.
This was prompted by listening to Shakademus and Pliers. Murder, she wrote. Murder, she wrote.
Hey, maybe Pliers could be that detective when she get released by WWE. I mean, 'cause
oh, she would be great.
It should be Miss Jackie.
Really, when I think about Nikita Lyons' character, she's nothing but Beyonce from Austin Powers Part 3. That's all she is.
She is.
Yeah.
I've always said that. Huh. She's Foxy Cleopatra.
That was her name.
Yeah, you trying to tell me this ain't the perfect cover for Murder, She Wrote? You trying to tell me that don't fit?
I really.
You trying to tell me that don't fit as a TV show?
I will point
Marcus,
out.
how dare you claim it was written by ChatGPT? It was written by us.
Yeah, that's our initials.
It's written by us. Someone had to put the question in.
So Betty, you know that's how like some photographers are playing. They're saying that they're photographers because they put stuff in Chat GPT to be like, "Yes, I made this photo." It's like, you didn't make this photo. To the point where Apple had to define what they feel a photo is, and I was like, "Damn!" Because
oh my God.
Yeah, Apple defines something that takes place in real life because Google's stance is that anything's a photo. They want you to use their AI. It's crazy what's going on.
I don't like the Google AI thing. Do you know on their camera thing where you can change, like, if we took a photo of us three right now, and if one of us had our eyes closed for some reason, and it would take like 7 other photos at the same time, and you could just change the face. That is not the same photo anymore.
I want them to give me Asian eyes. I don't know why. I just want it. Just wrong eyes.
Eric, you're too big. You have Asian eyes. But my eyes are bigger than yours.
Damn.
Touche.
Little dish.
That's why you got them bigger lips. Anyway,
I don't know when Murder, She Wrote is coming out.
Well, I feel like when we have enough episodes, we can release them because eventually we're gonna get tired of releasing these, tired of doing these on the actual Tuesday show.
Yeah. Here's the actual cast of the show.
Oh!
Ridiculous.
Oh!
Why is Common there?
Common's always there. This is the actual cast. And yes, I chose Lando Calrissian and Donald Glover.
He's actually dealing with some medical issues too. He had to cancel his tour.
Oh.
Yeah, but we'll also be doing Black Columbo as well at some point, starring
Jeffrey Wright. I want Jeffrey Wright. I feel
like Jeffrey Wright would be better, but Forrest Whitaker is probably
Forrest
the choice.
Whitaker is the
They
one that
will choose it. It's the eye. It's the damn eye.
It's Forrest Whitaker.
You guys let me know when we cast Dukes of Hazzard. And I think they should be black.
I don't know if that works with the Confederate flag.
I think it makes it even more hilarious.
No, Mark. No, Eric. Number one cast is Jimmy Wang Yang. I'm sorry. Jimmy Wang Yang is main cast straight away.
Manny,
wow.
Jimmy Wang Yang and Adam Page.
Ooh.
That's it.
Ooh,
I don't think Adam Page liked them people.
Exactly. All right. I gotta have it since we're here. I'm sorry, guys. We're going low. When we're gonna reboot Knight Rider, who's the new Michael Knight? Because you know he will still try out for it.
Hasselhoff will still try out.
He'll still be like, I can beat him.
I can still be Michael Knight.
Ooh, I don't even know.
Have we ever cast the A-Team too with new people?
Never cast the 18. We need a full episode. This is a perfect episode of tangents that we're wasting here. But
you don't work on Saturday, so that's why it's all.
Michael Knight.
Does he have to be white?
No. I mean, he gonna get pulled over more than the original Knight Rider. He gonna get pulled over all the time.
I feel like that new light skinned dude that's very popular. That looked like Scar.
I typed it into ChatGPT. They've given me 5. Chris Hemsworth, Oscar Isaac, John Boyega, which I think is strange.
Oscar Isaac does make sense.
Okay, I can see.
Michael B. Jordan and Henry Golding.
Who's Henry Golding?
I don't know.
I don't like that cast right there.
So I believe Oscar Isaac might be the only one.
Domingo, you know what? Sterling Brown, he could be my Michael Knight.
Nah, he seems too serious.
Yeah, but when he gets serious, Marcus, you also see in American Fiction.
I know, he can get ridiculous, but Michael Knight, I don't know. I don't even remember what Michael Knight's personality traits was other than Hasselhoff.
He wore a leather jacket.
Many people wear leather jackets.
Yeah.
But not like Hasselhoff.
Now he wears a leather jacket.
Michael Jackson wore leather jackson. I'm not going to put him.
Anyway, I think Marcus need to get some sleep. He got to work. We talked so low.
No one cares.
Dodgers made it to the playoffs, so we're going against the Mets. Let's go. Let's do it. We're coming for you, Jamal.
We come for all of New York. We run New York. Like Kendrick said, he the king of New York.
Is that a threat from your cousins with the candles?
It's a great logo, too.
Manny.
We're going down.
Manny, tell the candles they don't want this smoke. 'Cause I got it. You saw how I bite that.
About smoke.
You saw how
Have you seen the way candles work?
I bit that baton. You saw how I bit it.
Yeah, like a penis.
You licked it like a blunt and sucked it like a penis, Eric.
Smelled it like a cigar, man. Hey. Hey, when money get low, sometimes you got to get low yourself.
Tune
On
in
that
to
note,
Eric OnlyFans. Ooh, that's a good picture.
I like that picture. I think that was AI, though. So, anyway, we appreciate everybody that joined us, whether you were spam or real. We appreciate it. I'm Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes, the racially ambiguous one.
Yep, and I'm Marcus the Grand Finale.
And don't forget to tune in for Tuesday for Murder, She Wrote.
And don't forget to boil your water.
No, that's only if you're low.
I know I won't.
Please don't never offer your guest water and get it from the tap. I'm sorry, I'm scared about that.
I'm gonna boil it first. I'm gonna get it from the tap, and I'm gonna boil
you have to go through for this, right? So first of all, if you don't have an ice maker, you had to boil the water to fill up your ice tray and make some ice for the water that you serving me.
Nah, he needs to invest in a Brita filter too.
You do. Damn.
Just don't use the water. What am I, in Mexico? What is
Manny,
this?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. But on that note,
I'll allow you because
the
you've got
thighs
those
up.
magnificent thighs.
and Marcus, tell when is your
Those
R&B
thighs
album
look like
dropping?
toffee right there.
When's your R&B album dropping, Marcus? The OTC moment.
Yeah,
Groovy
OTC. Featuring TLC.
From the sexy couch.
Crazy, sexy, cool. All right, till next week, everyone. Stay sharp. Bye.
Toodles.
Toodles.